Good evening. Welcome to World News. I am Wisdom Onisi. First, the headline. 19 out of 38 Nigerian directors face permanent secretary qualifying exam, says HOS. War reaches Lebanon far north after deadly Israeli strike. Trump names Elon Musk to efficiency post as team takes shape. And on sport, Arsenal women trash Juventus. Now the news in details. A total of 19 directors out of 38 shortlisted for the position of permanent secretaries in the Federal Civil Service have failed the qualifying examination. A memo signed by Emmanuel Meribole on behalf of the examination committee and published by the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation on Tuesday said the exams were written on Monday, November 11, 2024. The federal government in October through the OHSCF initiated the process of selecting new permanent secretaries to fill vacancies in 8 states. Away from that, Edo State Governor Senator Monday Webelo on Wednesday announced the immediate dissolution of all boards of agencies and parastatals and relieved non-civil service appointees of their position. The dissolution was contained in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary Fred Itua, where the governor directed the affected appointees to hand over all government properties in their possession to the most senior public servant. The statement said the dissolution of the executives of all boards, agencies, and parastatals is with immediate effect. In the same vein, the governor also directed that all permanent secretaries appointed from outside the state, public, or civil service, as well as all political appointees, be relieved of their appointment. Accordingly, all affected appointees are to hand over all government properties in their possession to the most senior public official in their respective ministries, departments, and agencies. Away from that, we have that the Academic Staff Union of University on Tuesday raised an alarm over a plot to sabotage the interest of public universities in the country. ASU National President Emmanuel Osodeke, at an event marking the 2024 ASU Heroes Day in Abuja, also accused the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund of working relentlessly to destroy Nigeria's public education system. The union lamented the delay in the renegotiation of its 2009 agreement with the federal government, noting that despite several memoranda of understanding and memoranda of action, the ASU FGN 2009 agreement was yet to be renegotiated and finalized. He regretted that the situation had been further complicated by enforcement of the integrated personnel and payroll information system in the public universities, even after the Federal Executive Council announced plans to remove the system from tertiary education institutions. Away from that, the House of Representatives is set to debate the general principles of a bill seeking to provide a sustainable source of funding for the National Youth Service call for the training and empowerment of corps members. The bill, titled NYSC Trust Fund Establishment 2024, the proposed legislation sponsored by the lawmaker representing Nasarawa Toro Federal Constituency of Nasarawa State, was read on the floor of the Green Chamber some days ago. A copy of the bill exclusively showed that on Tuesday, the main objective was to provide a legal framework for the management and control of the Special Intervention Fund to provide sources of fund for NYSC skills acquisition, training, and empowerment of corps members. Section 2 provides the trust fund shall cover all corps members, personnel of NYC orientation camps, formation, facilities, and the overall improvement and efficiency in the discharge of their duties and responsibilities. Now, when we return, news from other parts of Africa. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. At the Russia-Africa Ministerial Conference in Sochi on November 9 to 10, Vladimir Putin pledged full support to some 50 African countries, expressing Russia's willingness to strengthen cooperation in various areas, from sustainable development to the fight against terrorism. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov highlighted the progress made between Russia and Africa despite challenges posed by the collective West. Experts note that the rhetoric used by Putin evokes parallel with the Cold War, calling into question the depth of economic relations between Russia and Africa. The meeting follows other summits and Russia's effort to counter international isolation while denouncing recolonialism. Away from that, we will have you know that Senegal Prime Minister calls for retaliation against attacks on supporters last week. Senegalese voters head to the polls to elect a new National Assembly, a pivotal moment following the dissolution of the previous parliament by new President Bassirou Diomaye Faye in September. As the stakes rise for Ousmane Sonko's Pastef party, tensions have escalated, with incidents of violence and accusation dominating the pre-election period. Prime Minister Sonko urged the supporters to avenge alleged attacks attributed to the supporters of his rival Barthélemy Diaz, mayor of Dakar. The opposition condemned his statement as an incitement to murder. The Pastef party aims for a parliamentary majority to support reform proposed by President Faye and Sonko, but the violent clashes at campaign events have raised concern. Now we move to other parts of the world after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of the world. Donald Trump announced on Tuesday that the world's richest man, Elon Musk, will lead a new U.S. government efficiency group tasked with cutting federal waste, as the Republican president-elect added a series of seasoned figures and handlers to his incoming administration. Musk became a key ally to Trump during his campaign, reportedly spending over $100 million to help the Republican win and repeatedly boasting Trump's candidacy on X, the platform he owns. Trump said Musk and another stalwart ally, businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, would lead a Department of Government Efficiency. Away from that, we have you know that a day after Israeli warplanes flattened their building, Lebanese resident helped rescuers call the robbers for survivors, still reeling from the rare strike in the country's far north. The bombing killed at least 8 people in Ain Yaakov, one of the northernmost villages Israel has struck, far from Lebanon war-ravaged southern border. After nearly a year of steady cross-border fire, Israel intensified its attack on Hezbollah in September, mainly targeting the Iran-backed armed group in its strongholds of South Beirut and eastern and southern Lebanon. Following Monday's strike on Al Yaakov, residents joined the rescuers using bare hands to sift through dust and chunks of concrete, hoping to find survivors. The U.S. says Israel has not breached American law on blocking aid supplies after a 30-day deadline it gave Israel to boost humanitarian aid access in Gaza or risk having some military assistance cut off lapsed. U.S. officials said on Tuesday that Israel has taken a number of steps to address its demands to such supplies into Gaza, but added that more progress must be made. State Department spokesperson Vendant Patel cited the opening of a new land crossing and deliveries resuming in the north, although he did not say any had entered the besieged Jalibial refugee camp. Despite the U.S. claims, the UN has warned that the amount of aid getting into Gaza is at its lowest level in a year. Up next is business. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Poker.
Welcome back now to business news. The Nigerian federal government spent $3.58 billion servicing the country's foreign debt in the first 9 months of 2024. Data sourced from the Central Bank of Nigeria report on international payment statistics show that the amount represents a 39.77% increase from the $2.56 billion spent during the same period in 2023. According to the report, while the highest monthly debt servicing payment in 2024 occurred in May, amounting to $854.37 million, the highest monthly expenditure in 2023 was $641.70 million, recorded in July. The trend in international debt servicing by the CBN highlights the rising cost of debt obligation by Nigeria. Still on business news, where we'll have you know that Asian market fell again Wednesday as traders fret over the impact of Donald Trump's presidency on the Chinese and global economics, with fears that his policies could also reignite U.S. inflation. The prospect of prices spiking again on the back of tax cuts, import tariffs, and an easing of regulation gave fresh impetus to the dollar, which has reeled since the Republican election win last week. After an initial rally in the wake of the tycoon regaining the White House, Asian markets have pulled back this week as his cabinet begins to emerge. We have know that several airlines have cancelled flights to and from Bali due to the dangerous ash clouds from the volcano near the Indonesian holiday island. Airlines advised passengers of the disruption on Wednesday, saying the ash from Mount Lewatopi, Laki, made it unsafe to fly. The volcano spewed a 9-kilometer ash column into the sky over the weekend, 1 week after a major eruption killed 10 people. Australia's Bureau of Meteorology has also warned that the volcanic ash might drift the part of the country's north on Wednesday. Still to come is sport. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Welcome back now to Sport News. Oluwatimileyin Doko, a member of Team Ogun, had represented Nigeria at the 2024 African Scrabble Championship in Kigali, Rwanda, has made history as the youngest African Scrabble Championship winner. Doko and other Ogun State players in Rwanda recorded all-inspiring performances, with the younger star emerging as the overall winner. The Ogun State player became the youngest at 24 to be the new bearer of the continent's premier showpiece title when his new status was confirmed after he defeated Momen Jimo, another Ogun State player, 574 to 442 in round 31 to push his tally to an unassailable 24 wins. Over to rugby, where we have that Argentina have made 3 changes from their 15-18 win over Italy last weekend for Friday's meeting with Ireland in Dublin. Vice Captain Pablo Matara returns to the back role after suspension as he takes over from Santiago Grondona, who drops to the replacement. Guido Patti replaces Franco Malina at lock, while there is one back change as Matias Moroni comes in from Matias Orlando. Fit again fly half Santiago Camaras is named on the bench after missing the game in Udum because of a calf injury. Molina is named in the replacement as Orlando drops out of the matchday squad. Still on sport news, where we have that Arsenal women maintained their stellar run of form under interim boss Rene Slengers by beating Juventus in the Women's Champions League. Frida, Manu, Stina, Blacktenius, Marona, Clandetel and Clatil Flood all scored to ensure Arsenal are now unbeaten in 5 matches since Slengers took over following Jonas Edveld resignation. They were made to toil on the road to their impressive win, with Juventus regularly causing problems for them to deal with at the back and proving dangerous on the counter-attack. Yet, the Gunners always looked more promising and were finally rewarded for their attacking persistence before the break when Manu slotted in from close range to round off an excellent passing move. And that's your sport news on World News. Now we move to the rest of the news after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. The World Trade Organization has said it would convene a special meeting of its General Council to advance the progress for selecting the next Director General. A statement issued by Chair of the General Council, Ambassador Peter Orbeck of Norway on Tuesday said the meeting will be held on November 28 to 29, 2024. The meeting follows the announcement by the chair on 9 November that no candidate for the position of Director General had emerged by the 8th of November nomination deadline, other than the incumbent Director General Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. DG Okonjo-Iweala's current term comes to an end on 31st August 2025. And that's world news. But before we go, here are the headlines. Once again, we told you that 19 of 38 Nigerian directors failed permanent secretary qualifying exam, says HOS. War reaches Lebanon, far north after deadly Israeli strike. Trump names Elon Musk to efficiency post as team takes shape. And on sport, we brought to you that Arsenal women trash Juventus. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Wisdom Onyisi. Thanks for watching.